Welcome to Mr. Wicklam's virtual math classroom, where today what we're going to be looking at is comparing and ordering fractions. Now today's lesson is quite simple. We've worked with a lot of these fractions before, as we are going to be doing equivalent fractions. We're going to be looking basically at just which fractions are greater. Okay, and so what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the fraction strip. Okay, so we have one whole, we have halves, thirds, quarters, and fifths. Okay, and what we're going to be doing is we're basically going to be using this fraction strip, and we're going to be looking at which fractions are greater and which fractions and how to put them in order. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take a look, and this video is going to be very short, guys. We're going to take a look at the first question, and what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the two fractions. So we have 4/5 and we have 2/3, and we need to figure out which one is greater. Okay, so if I take a look at my strip, so here is 2/3 right there. Now where does 4/5 end? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4 right here. So out of a whole, which is at the top, out of the whole, which one would be greater, 2/3 or 4/5? Well, it looks like the 4/5 line, if we draw an imaginary line up, we would end right here, and if we were to draw 2/3, we would end here. So it looks like 4/5 would definitely be the greater fraction of the two. So let's take a look at another one, 1/3. Well, here's 1/3 right here, and we look at where it ends on the whole, and the other fraction that we have is 1/4. So there's a third, and here's a quarter. Well, it looks like a third ends further down the whole, so you're going to get a bigger piece with a third, so therefore it's going to be greater. Okay, now what if we did 2/3 and 2/4? Okay, or half. Well, let's take a look. 2/4, it ends right here. 2/3 is right there. So 2/3 again is going to be bigger because you're going to get bigger pieces. Okay, you're going to get more with 2/3 than you are with 2/4. Okay, that's all we're really doing, is we're just comparing those fractions using the number strip. Now what we're going to do is we're going to be comparing fractions, but what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing something different. We're going to make them equivalent, so that way we know for sure. Now when you make something equivalent, you either divide by or multiply by the same number for the top and the bottom. So if I'm trying to make this into a sixth, and I have 1/2, well, I need to figure out first of all how I can get this up to 6. So what times 2 equals 6? Count on your fingers. 2, 4, 6. So 3. So if I multiply this by 3, I'm going to get 6. So if I multiply by 3 on the bottom, I have to multiply by 3 on the top. And so when I do, I get 3 times 1, which equals 3. That gives me my two fractions that are in sixths. And so what I need to do is I need to compare, and I figure out that 4/6 is greater. I'd rather get 4 out of 6 on a test than 3 out of 6. I'd rather get 4 pieces of pie than 3 pieces of pie. So therefore 4 out of 6 is the greater fraction. Now we're going to do the same thing down here on the bottom. We need to make it into ninths. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I need to take the 3 and get it up to 9. So what am I going to multiply both the top and the bottom by to figure out what I need for 9? So 3, 3, 6, 9. Count up. I'm multiplying by 3 to get to 9. I need to do the same to the top. And 1 times 3 is 3. So therefore 4/9 is going to be the greater fraction. Now what if we have something like this? Let's take a look at another question. And I have 3/4, and I want to know if it's greater than or less than, let's see, 11 sixteenths. Okay, so first of all I need to get this into the same fraction as this, into the same denominator. Okay, so I know it's going to be 16. Okay, so what do I need to multiply the 4 by to get to 16? Well, let's find out. Count up by 4s till you get to 16. 4, 8, 12, 16. So I need to multiply by 4. Well, if I multiply the bottom by 4, I need to multiply the top by 4 as well to make it equal. So if I multiply the top by 4, 3 times 4 is 3, 6, 9, 12. 12 sixteenths, and therefore 12 sixteenths is going to be the greater fraction. Folks, that is all I have for you today. Okay? If you have any questions, as always, feel free to ask and feel free to find me, and I will help you. This is Mr. Wicklum, signing off.